because I'm probably going to sleep through that 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, my normal 6 o'clock time. Well, what's going on? Well, as you can see, I'm back in the truck. Could have got a bit of bandana, but um, it is what it is. Um, kind of screwed up on a few things. With this company, you have to find an empty trailer for the load that I had to do. I could have started that a whole lot earlier, like at least 3 or 4 hours earlier, and I didn't. Um, had to find a trailer, and I just looked everywhere. You know, scoured our yard, and I finally found one up the road. But I had to look and look and look and look, and it took up a lot of the time. Um, I got back over to the place that I normally run my route with. Hey, Mike, I'm going to be a little early there. I'm going to cut it short because I'm going back to bed. I had to run my route. I finally got there with the empty trailer and, picked up the new trailer. And luckily, I did a pre-trip. Normally, I get lazy and I don't do one. But luckily, I did a pre-trip. The bracket, there's a bracket in the back of the trailer that holds the mud flaps. That thing was hanging on by one bolt, and it's dragging the ground. I tried to get one of my straps and tie it up and ninja rig it, but it didn't. It didn't really, hey, buddy, how you doing? And it didn't really work because it fell off somewhere on the interstate. So right now, I legitimately got the right. I got an excuse to because I was gonna be late anyway. You know what I mean? I was gonna be late anyway. Let's see. Okay, no problem. No problem, Mike. Like I said, I'm not gonna be long. Um, but I legitimately have an excuse. And this new truck that they gave me, this is usually how it goes. This new truck that they gave me, um, they have it's a certain type of braking system. So if, like, say for example, if I get close to, I'm sitting in front of a trailer. If I get close to another car, another trailer, that's not a specific length that the company designates, um, the truck will automatically start to brake. Well, the alarm went off and that's not working. So that's another thing I'm going to tell them about today because I had to call them from Kellogg's where I pick up at to, let them know that we need to reschedule, and it'll be a couple of days. So, I don't care if I'm stuck with the load. I haven't been to work in a month and a half. I just want to work. But I had to keep myself calm because I started stressing out and then I knew I was going to F up. So I had to I had to talk myself off the ledge. And literally, that's what I did. I talked myself off the ledge. Let me see if I can fix this a little bit because y'all see. There we go. I had to talk myself off the ledge. Dang it. It's another mount to add to the other mounts. My wife didn't want to come off the one for the windshield, but that one I got to put the other mount on so you can see forward. Right now I'm not driving anyway, so no biggie. Good and good morning to whoever's sitting in the shadows. But they put bandages on these trucks, and then you get stuck with them. Well, I'm desperate to ride, but I don't want to be stuck because the cruise control don't work. I don't want to have to do 400 or 500 miles a day without the cruise control. So we're gonna get that taken care of also. And they don't open up to 8 o'clock. So like I said, I'm gonna go. Just going to talk for a minute. Um, be honest with you, I was happy. I'm happy to be back on the road. I'm happy to be back in the truck. I thought I was about ready to put over the road, get it out of my system, and I see I got a little bit more time than I want to get back on for on the road. And I've been feeling lately, you know, I've been feeling a little trouble lately about not being able to work. So now that I'm working, man, I got junk everywhere. And it just, geez Louise. Junk everywhere. And I just got back in the truck. And trying not to make a mess. And guess what? Look at what I'm doing. I'm making a mess. Jesus. I need some paper towels. That's what I need. You know what I mean? That's what I need. I need some paper towels. And trying to figure out how to organize again. You know what I mean? And it's good to see the late night folks. I hope if any of you guys are down there in Florida that you're okay. We've got a lot of misinformation out there. Everybody's saying, oh, y'all come out the woodwork, which, and half the people that come up with this stuff, I'm just trying to figure, did you at least graduate from high school? Or they're seeding the clouds. They're seeding the clouds. Okay, so now the U.S. government is flying all the way. They're saying the U.S. government is creating the weather. And now we're creating hurricanes. So we're going out into the Gulf, seeding this stuff, just so we could destroy a part of our country. Come on, man. How stupid are you? Really? It's called climate change. The water's getting warmer. People don't want to realize it. It's getting warmer. When that water's warm, the warmer it gets. and this is fall now. They've been telling y'all for years. We're ruining the planet. Y'all need to clean this stuff up. We're ruining the planet, and it's causing devastation. As old as Biden is, he's finally coming out and saying, look, stop spreading these bullcrap lies. Some of us just want to work. Some of us just want to work and be left the freaking heck alone. I ain't trying to take over the world. I'm just trying to work. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. I just want to work. I want to work, and then I want to cruise. You got everybody saying, well, why are you going on a cruise? Well, you can't. One lady was saying that. She said, look, I've already booked the cruise. I can't get back home because the roads are jam-packed. I can't get a room, so I'm going to go on the cruise. And look, the last 2 years of my years of cruising, we have been going straight through hurricane season. We've been cruising all the way through hurricane season. I remember countless storms we ran from. I mean, When that boat want to go, it'll go. They turn both of them engines on, and it's on and popping, and they parted and running from these storms. I'd rather be running from the storms than be in the daggone thing. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But especially if you saved up for so many freaking years to go on a cruise, and then I finally, after the last one, let's see, I don't get seasick for some reason, but my wife does. But she don't want to take the seasick medicine. It makes me sleepy. But then you're just gonna stay sick. And then I just got tired of it. Said, babe, can we start doing some cruises not in the middle of not in the middle of hurricane season? And they talking about this is gonna be one of the worst hurricane seasons, that we've had in a long time. We got lucky where I live because I'm surrounded by some very big trees, and I'm happy that it missed us because it was supposed to go straight. It was supposed to go straight through, right over us, and it switched courses. But this is what life is all about. You know what I mean? You don't know when. You don't know when. You don't know how. Florida's a good place to visit, but I'm sorry, I don't want to live there. I can't afford to pay extra for, insurance and all the other insurances. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff. But I look forward to continuing to grow in myself and in my ability to deal with all of this stuff that's going on. And the sad part is I wish I would have learned what I'm learning now in my 20s, not in my late 50s. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, it's never too late. But I just wish I would have learned a little bit, just a little bit more. You know what I mean? Just a little bit more than what, or a little bit earlier. But God has His plans. You know what I mean? God has His plans. I'm in a different type of vehicle. In the trucking industry, you got freight liners, which you call freight shakers, internationals, different types of freight liners, Peterbilt, and Volvos. Well, this time around, I got a Volvo, and I just got to get used to this puppy again. This thing has a lot of alarms. You pass gas, an alarm will go off in this daggone thing. Well, and I was hoping I got all the stuff out of it. They fixed everything, but no, nope. The brake alarm, it went off, and it's the next part of this daggone thing. You know what? Go ahead and get up some of the stupid birth. Log out. But it like I said, it's the transition of getting back. It's the transition getting back to normal, getting back to the swing of things, and I had to power wash my portable toilet. Wife wants to get me another one. She wants to get me one that has a sink connected to it. I was like, man, I don't cut the room like that. But she wants to get me a new one. This was falling apart. It's falling apart anyway. But I mean, what you expect is a toilet. No biggie. No big deal. But I put it this way: the reason, if I'm like I said, I'm in the safety line right now to get this stuff repaired. The reason I'm in here, God didn't want me on that road. Something was going to happen. You, me, and everybody got to realize when God don't want you to do something, He gonna take you off that road. And I looked in the back. I had it tied up as best I could with these straps, and that strap came off somewhere on the interstate. I hope I didn't take a car out. Um, and it just hanging there. So even if I would have got up early and did everything, that would have still sidelined me because that's a DOT violation. And if one of the if one of the scale houses was open, they would have pulled me in anyway. So either way, I'd have had to get it fixed, and it was gonna make me late. But see, now I got to get back in the swing of things, and instead of saying, well, I can start an hour early, maybe 4 or 5 hours early, to get back in the swing of things, get my time right, my timing right, timing connected. But yeah, it is what it is. And since we are here early, like I said, I'm probably gonna just do 30 minutes this morning. I just want to make sure I do something um, to get my, I lost because of my operation. I lost about 100 hours, about 100 watch time hours. YouTube, YouTube don't want you. They don't want you to get to past that 3,000 or the 4,000. They ain't having it. They ain't having it. They ain't gonna let you get past nothing. Nothing, brothers. So right at this point, I'm just going to I'm gonna have my fun. I'm gonna still do me, and laugh and enjoy life like I'm doing. Because life's too short, man. Life's too short for this crap. I'm gonna give it to this diet Pepsi. Let's see what the total carb zero, total sugar. I'm slowly get back into uh, my low carb diet, and I'm probably gonna do. I'm not gonna be lifting stuff because you know, I'm still getting over these hernias. But I'm probably gonna do some squats, something where I can start exercising some squats, and then walk the parking lot and get my walking in, and stop being a little bitch and making up excuses not to exercise. But I gotta start slowly, build up my stamina, and get my body, because I'm ready. I'm ready, Freddy, to get down to 220. I'm 249 right now. I want to get down to 220. I want to get, if I can't get off some of these medications that I'm on, I want to have the lowest doses possible. That's what I. That's my. That is my mission. I want the lowest doses possible, and I just want. I want to continue to be happy, which ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Um, this hernia stuff. in the paperwork it says, if some stuff you're gonna have some aches and pains. So, I said, wait, I got about like $8,000 worth of stuff I got to pay off because of this operation. You know, so I'm not gonna really be complaining because they said, well, if something didn't take, I'm gonna be mad because this is a lot of pain that I went through. If something didn't take, I'm gonna be really mad, and because I'm not going through this. If I got to go through it again, I'm gonna be well prepared before I go through this again, and I ain't touching nothing. But you know, I'm hoping I'm hoping that these slight aches and pains that I have was gonna go. It's not going. It's not gonna stay. Um, but I am growing older. That's the hard part. some stuff's gonna stick and some stuff ain't. I'm growing older. That shit sucks. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Oh man. But don't get me wrong, it feels good to be back in the seat, even though it's for only 5 hours. So I got to get my driving stamina back to my 10 and a half. I don't never did 11 hours, but I do. Long day is 10 hours. I got to get that stamina back. I'm gonna get back into starting my lives and just start ranting and everything else. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna just start with my front lawn. Probably it's gonna be December when it's full swing. I'm gonna treat myself to a Christmas present. Get me a pallet of zoysia grass. Grind down a part of that lawn till the to the dirt. All I gotta do is put it down in on my Husqvarna. I could just change the settings to one. It will bring it down to the dirt, and I'm just gonna bring it down to the dirt in this area and lay some new sod down, and then I'm just gonna move on from there. I wanted to keep putting the plugs, but one of the areas where I plugged it just ain't take. So I need to grind it down, aerate it, aerate that area, and I'm just gonna drop a whole pallet of sod right there, and we're just gonna water it. We're just gonna keep it straight, and then we're gonna see how it goes. That's my plan for the next growing season. I'm gonna have it in there, and at least by December/January, we're gonna have it in there, and I'll be watering it, at least once a week because it's gonna be in uh, hibernating mode anyway. You get it ready for the summer, and I'm gonna fix that front because I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting sick of it. I've got these high power lawnmowers. I can't cut nothing. I can't cut nothing. I can't really take care of nothing. Um, I'm gonna have the wife. I don't know for all you gardeners. I still have a watermelon plant. The watermelon vine. That thing is growing long. I'm gonna just have a look. Water it. Water it. Water it. And just keep an eye on it. And hopefully, you know, um, I gotta cut a hole in the fence and move that vine back behind the fence. We're just gonna keep watering it. Because I can't put flowers in my yard. The deer come and eat everything up. They're like, yo, man, come on, bro. Come on, I can't have nothing nice in my yard. Nope, the deer's like, nah, player. Screw you. You ain't getting nothing nice in this yard. But my avocado tree and my two peach trees are coming back. They you know they struggling, but they working with it. My two peach trees is doing something, and my avocado is back in the house for the winter, and it looks good. It's actually chest high, and I'm so proud of it because I ain't do nothing. I just pulled it out and put it on the porch, and I left it alone, and it skyrocketed. And I guess that's how a lot of you guys feel when y'all grow stuff. Um, when you see it thriving, man, that's a wonderful feeling. So, like I said, I'm probably gonna be out here till Thanksgiving. I'm gonna get me a tray for over here, and I'm gonna pick like 4 plants. Picking of like 4 plants in some pots. I got some pots at the house. I'm gonna put dirt in there, and I'm gonna have me a little grow area on my passenger side of my truck, and that's gonna be my little garden on the road. My little over the road garden. That if I ever got to go in Florida, I just pull the curtains and take the pots out of there and put it in the back seat. So because when you go into the scare house, they see you can't be like bringing plants into Florida for some reason. They think you can't, like certain oranges or orange plants or something. You can't do that. But I'm going to grow because I can't grow at home. I'm not going to be at home. I'm going to have that feeling that a lot of you guys have when y'all grow something. I want to have that feeling. If it's something simple like a pepper plant or whatever, I want to have that feeling. And I'm going to have that feeling because I did it before I started. I did it before, I started off all you YouTube gardeners and whatever. And I just had so much fun with it. And I forgot I did it. So now I want to recreate that and then make that a part of, um, a part of my life again and have fun doing that. When you're on the road, you spend 99% of the time by yourself. I remember some 9 years ago, before I met my wife, how miserable I was. It's one thing I don't tell you about being an over-road truck driver. This is lonely. But when you got the right person, you got somebody that loves you, that ain't gonna let you be by yourself. She calls me every day, in the morning and at night. She checks my app. I have an app when I drive. She says, you got load, right? She's like my second dispatcher. It looks like she did it today. It looks like you got more than one pickup. And I was like, yeah, I seen that. Thanks, but, I appreciate it. It used to annoy me, but I was like, wait a minute, shut up, stupid. You got somebody looking out for you, because, when I grab my loads or whatever, I just read the first 3 lines and go. And next thing you know, you didn't see the other stuff? No. Well, now I have someone that looks out for me, in that aspect. And I'm very appreciative. It's crazy how you learn at 57 how to appreciate the little things. It took 57 freaking years for me to appreciate the little things and the love that someone has for you. I'm always going to stay humble when it comes to that. You got in these relationships nowadays, men hating women, women hating men. It's everybody's fault. Men don't want to do right. Every man cheats. And and if that's the case, how come on Maury Povich that 90% of the whatever you ain't the father, and 50 or 60% of the with a paternity court, you ain't the father. I mean, guys, man, ladies, gentlemen, y'all all freaks or whatever. But nobody wants to be monogamous. Nobody wants to. Well, I got to get the bag. I got to get this. Look, I could care less. I've been broke before. I need somebody. I need somebody to give a flip about and have fun with and actually enjoy being around. I don't know if you guys seen it, and I was trying to hold back the tears. My father, even though he was an a-hole, and I have to say that, but he was a black cowboy, and they used to have some get-togethers, bro, barbecues and horse rides, and I, I didn't really participate much because me and him were so alike in so many ways that fights would have been began. So I just stayed away. But I know there was just so much when they partied. The black cowboys had the big belt buckles and the cowboy hats and the cowboy shoes and them cowboy boots are expensive. Cowboy hats are even more expensive. Them Stetson hats, man, that's a lot of money. And that belt buckle, a lot of money. And if you got a horse and you buy a saddle and all the equipment, that's a lot of freaking money. And my father had 3 horses, 2 trailers, an F-350 King Ranch, and he loved that stuff. But I remember I got hooked on a certain type of music. It's called Zydeco, and not the white Zydeco, which is nothing wrong with that, but it was the black Zydeco. Man, and now it's on TikTok. I don't know if you ever see it. They're doing line dancing with Zydeco music and other old school music, and the people, and most of them is the women, and you see these few guys, they got these fans, and they're dancing to the beat, and everybody throws that fan out and closes it at the same time. So they're doing that. They're doing the line dance, whop, line dance, whop, whop, line dance, whop, line dance, whop, whop, and man, I want to try that mess. Cause the white in me, I ain't got no beat, but I want to do that. And it's the Zydeco. A lot of it's the Zydeco music. You can see that a lot of it's outside. They got clubs that do that stuff. I wish they had one in Georgia. I wish they had one in Georgia. But I see there's a place in South Carolina. I'm gonna get with my wife and see if we get the address and see what nights they do that. I want to just go just to see what it looks like. If you ever look up that video. I think it's 2-step, and they'll show us a bar in the Carolinas, South Carolina, I think somewhere in South Carolina, and that looks like so much freaking fun. It looks like so much fun, and they just go around in circles, and it's a certain type of. It's like the Cupid Shuffle, but it's like a different steps. And there's one lady that is a TikTok channel. They teach there's 2 women. They teaching you the steps, and that's the fun that I'll be missing. And I want to learn how to do Chicago stepping. I think that I want to do that too. So I gotta make a list. I gotta make a new bucket list of stuff that I want to do on my off time. that we can go out and do together and just have fun and have fun doing it. Because there's stuff out there that you don't need to be fighting and having going to these stupid clubs that don't dance no more. Most of these clubs don't dance no more. They just have sections with overpriced bottles of stupid stuff. You know, you pay $20 for a bottle of water, Voss, and you go broke. And especially in Atlanta, you got to pay to park. You but $40, $50 a park. You got to pay to get in the place. By the time you want to have some fun, you be broke. You can't even go to a restaurant. Before you even get to the restaurant, you pay $50, $60 to park, and I totally forgot about that mess. You know, and I'm like, man, this is stupid. I can go home and cook this. You know, I go home and cook this mess. But that, you know, it is what it is. That's all right. But, you know, I'm just saying, I'm going to start looking at other stuff again. And like I said, I've been looking at that TikTok. I just wish TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. No, Instagram got stupid. Instagram used to be fun. But TikTok, and everybody getting all excited about TikTok. They're gonna shut TikTok down the first of the year. But you learn so much. That's why they don't want you. That's why they shutting it down. You learn so much from TikTok. You got people right now that are sitting in the middle of that storm, because the storm's passing over middle Florida, and they giving you play by play. You're getting too much info. They don't want you to have all that information. And want you to be relying on their narrative, not your own narrative, not your own, the stuff that you choose to do. You know, their narrative. That's when I put my tinfoil hat on. You know, we too stupid to be able to control the weather, but we're not. Well, they smart about changing the narrative to get you to think on dumb old stuff. Trump telling everybody people are they repoing your house. Maybe you ain't pay your bill. How about that? Maybe you ain't pay your bill. But I'm happy that the president's getting out and saying stop lying. That's not true. And Kamala's calling it. I don't want to say her name wrong because I just realized it's I hope I didn't say it wrong. Vice President Harris. Hopefully President Harris. But just thinking, I'm sitting there, I'm like, this feels comfortable again, just sitting in the seat. I was nervous and scared about getting back to work, but now I'm happy, even though I should be frustrated because I should be halfway to Carolinas right now. I should be crossing over the daggone state line. But it is what it is. It's just a part of the situation, part of life. Part of life. All right, guys, I'm gonna shut it down, and I'm gonna cancel my other live at 6. So I just want to get on for a few minutes, have a little conversation. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Thank you for the folks that came in and in the background. Thank you for the people coming on the remix. As always, you're always appreciated. And if you don't think nobody loves you, know that I love you and God loves you too. I will see you guys. Today's Thursday, so see y'all Friday. Deuces. Let's see if we